Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome to today's video. Got a project, as you've probably already seen in the title, and it's a flying V. And there it is. This is a flying V that I've had for a few years, and I actually bought it off a really good friend of mine, maybe 8 years ago, and it's actually it's a BC Rich Kerry King signature flying V. It's the made in Korea version, and if I remember correctly, it cost him about 900 quid. So it's got licensed Floyd Rose on it, EMG HZ passive pickups, 24 fret bolt-on flying V. And I got this, a few years ago, and I played one gig with it, and it was originally black when I got it, and I painted the front and the sides and the back red because it had, in my opinion, a really gash white tribal thing on the front, and it was just horrific. I absolutely hated it. But the neck is like super slick to play, and the neck was painted black from the factory, and it's just got this like real gloss finish on it, and it's so fast. And the thing is, this neck on this guitar is like absolutely dead straight. Yeah, I've been just jamming a load of Pantera recently using my, Ibanez Iron Label RG with active EMG pickups in it. And yeah, I've been playing a load of Pantera in it, but things I don't really want to change the tuning to like D or into like drop C sharp. I really don't want to mess with it because I've set it up really nicely. It's just becoming a bit of a problem because I can't really record any more Pantera videos on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a project guitar. It's basically been sat in my spare room wherever I've lived for the last several years. I gigged it once and it was in drop C sharp. There's a load of issues with it right now. None of the wiring works. I've got no jack input. A lot of the hardware is rusted. The Floyd Rose seems to be like it's in good nick. So the machine heads, I think I might have the original plate the jack socket plugs into, whammy bar, and the locking nuts as well I know I've got. The thing is, what I want to do with this guitar is, I want to put it in D, but I painted it red in a lot of haste because I needed a guitar to play a gig with, and I really didn't want to do the whole Kerry King tribal design thing, whatever it was. So I just really kind of gashly painted it red, masked off the edges to look like fake binding. I want to use this and probably do a few Pantera videos with it, so I want it to look pretty fucking cool, really. I don't really know what I'm going to do. Obviously I'm going to strip the entire guitar down, take all the hardware off, going to keep the Floyd Rose, going to keep the machine heads. I think I'm going to dump the pickups because everything on them looks rusty, and from what I remember, I didn't really like the way they sounded too much. I need to buy some pickups for it. I need to do something with the controls. And yeah, this thing, it's absolutely massive. It is huge. Just like a bit of a close-up there of like some of the hardware. Come on, focus. It is absolutely buggered. Hopefully the Floyd Rose is going to be alright. A little bit of rust there, I'll be able to clean that off, dump the pickups out of it. The one thing that I absolutely hate on this guitar is what I call the ball sack headstock. I don't know what you're thinking, BC Rich, but that, to me, looks like Peter Griffin's chin. It is a ball sack for a headstock, and I hate it. There is also a chip out of the inside of the headstock, so not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that. I mean, I could just get a saw and kind of go for the kind of bit of like an open book and just kind of cut it, or I could just leave it and just repair this. I think I've actually got the chip that came out of it, which if I do, then maybe that's going to be the easiest thing to do. You'll be able to see there just like a bit of a close-up when we get some focus. The paint is just like, it looks probably alright from a distance. I think probably if I go over here, you can't even tell that the paint is a little bit shit. But it just feels like really rough, a bit nasty. The plan is to sand the entire body back to wood, go from there. If I end up just going for a single pickup, then I'm going to fill in this pickup cavity. I've only really decided to do this today. I've been kind of thinking about it for a little while. I'm also going to have to do something with the headstock because I painted the front of the headstock. I really don't want to refinish the neck because, like I said, the back of the neck is like super slick. It's so nice to play. Yeah, so maybe I'm just going to sand that back and just repaint the front of the headstock. Even then, maybe if I have to paint a small bevel around the front, around the side of the headstock, so like a little pinstripe. I really have no idea on colour. This is where you guys come in. I need some colour ideas. Could go for something fancy, could go for something simple. I could just sand it back and just paint it black. I really don't know. I was kind of thinking white, grey and black camo. It'll be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, I haven't even got any paint, obviously. Any ideas that you guys got for colour options, put them down. Comment down below. Any ideas, something that you think would look cool with this. I mean, things like the inlays are really nice, and they're diamonds, so maybe something to do with diamonds. Put a sheet of step plate on the front. I really don't know. It's not too heavy. It's not light either, but you know, need to do something with this guitar because I want to play some stuff in D tuning. Yeah, also maybe some ideas on pickups. I don't know. I've kind of not really been doing any like social media or like watching other people's videos and stuff recently when it comes to pickups, so something that's out there that's going to maybe put me into Pantera territory. I don't want to go for the Dimebucker. I had that before in an Ibanez, and yeah, it was really nice sounding, but actually I kind of prefer the sound of the EMG 8185 set that I've got in the Ibanez. I think that sounds really cool. It's the first guitar that I'd ever played with active EMGs, and they're really, really nice. The only problem with that is I don't think I've got enough space in the control cavity to put the battery in there. So ideally I want to go passive. Maybe let's take the control cavity off now and see what we've got. The trusty screwdriver. I'm hoping that I have got the Floyd Rose cover, and I can put that back on. The rest of the hardware doesn't look too bad. What just fell off the guitar? Oh. One of the knobbies. Put that back there. I'll get some new knobbies. So this is what we've got on the inside of the control cavity. This is the original Korean wiring in there. Yeah, I think we're going to just rip out all the wiring and redo the whole thing. I've got like a load of copper shielding tape that I use on all of the guitars. When I buy a new guitar, I always just like go to town on it and just like shield the fuck out of it. Yeah, going to do that for sure on this one. I reckon I could get a 9-volt battery in there. I mean, it'd be even better if I could get two 9-volt batteries in there and do the 18-volt mod kit for EMGs if I went down that road. But I'm not sure that I want to go EMGs. You know, I want something that's going to work, a good set of pickups that's going to work in low tunings, something that's, you know, got that bit of grunt and gnarl to it. You know, from what I've seen, pickups, I've never had any bare knuckle pickups. So I'm kind of leaning towards those, even though they are expensive, and I wouldn't mind doing this on a bit of a budget, but luckily I already actually have the guitar. So in terms of the rest of the hardware, things like pots and switches, that's not going to cost a lot. Paint isn't really going to cost a lot, maybe 20 quid all in for paint, primer, lacquer, all that kind of stuff, and you know, things like sandpaper and sanding blocks and all that kind of stuff. So maybe if I end up spending a couple hundred quid on a set of decent pickups, maybe that's going to be it. Who knows? Yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Pickup selection is one thing. Leave it in the comments. Any ideas, you know, and I'll go and do some research on the pickups that you guys suggest. And the second thing is color combination. I think the camo would look cool, but camo's going to be hard to do. Camo is going to be hard. Interesting. Anyway, let me know. For sake of reference, let me just show you the other guitars that I have, because I wouldn't mind something that's a little bit unique in terms of colour. Okay, right. So, colours. In terms of the early guitars that I've got right now that I'm using a lot is Paul Gilbert signature guitar. So I don't really want another white guitar. Sunburst Strat. So I'm not going to do a Sunburst. I think that's also going to be really hard. And I just don't have any kind of equipment to do that kind of paint job. Got the, whatever this Telly is, the P90 Telly thing for whatever. Got the matte black Ibanez Iron Label. Absolutely love that guitar. Yeah, I'd highly recommend getting one. The Iron Label series are absolutely awesome. I've got this Telly which is that I've made for my sister, which that also needs repair, so we're gonna have to get around to doing that at some point. It needs all new machine heads. Maybe I'm gonna do a video about that, a little review, because someone built it and I bought it on eBay, and yeah, it's probably a reason why you should never buy random built guitars on eBay. What else you got? Got this Ibanez. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a roof there. It's alright, you're okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got this Ibanez Art Core, which is absolutely lovely. Again, another Sunburst natural wood. I am a sucker to look at nice bits of wood. And that kind of came out wrong, and then I got like an acoustic just there. So it's kind of difficult to decide what kind of colour. That's why I kind of thought the camo, because then it's black and white and grey. Maybe I need to go do some research. Anyway, please leave any ideas and thoughts down below. Yeah, hopefully we'll update next week. I think maybe part 2 I'm going to just strip the entire guitar down, go over all of the bits, what I'm going to keep and what I'm not going to keep. Definitely need to strip that Floyd Rose apart completely and put it back together. Yeah, I know the Floyd Rose is going to be good because the tuning stability on this guitar was already awesome. So I don't really have to worry about buying a new Floyd. Put your ideas, suggestions and comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.